In the quiet fields of Rusty Hollow, there lived a young woman named Ella. She wasn't born into a farming family, but after inheriting a small piece of land from her late uncle, she decided to give country living a try. The land came with an old, crumbling barn that her uncle had never finished building. It was just a skeleton of beams and posts, with no walls, roof, or proper foundation. Ella had never built anything in her life, but she was determined to finish the barn. She figured it would be useful for storing tools and possibly even housing some animals. More than that, though, finishing the barn felt like finishing something in her own life. A project that symbolized her starting anew, on her own terms. One brisk autumn morning, Ella grabbed a hammer, nails, and wood, standing in front of that barn frame. The task ahead seemed overwhelming. She had no formal carpentry skills, and the blueprint her uncle left behind was incomplete. Anxiety gnawed at her as she stared up at the bare beams. What if I can't do it, she thought. What if I mess everything up? But Ella knew that if she didn't try, she'd always wonder if she could have done it. So she took a deep breath and began. The first few boards she nailed in were crooked, and she had to pull them out and start over. Her hands shook, and frustration bubbled up when she realized just how difficult the job was. The fear of making mistakes was almost paralyzing, but every time she felt that wave of doubt, she reminded herself, one board at a time. Just keep going. Days turned into weeks, and Ella worked on the barn after her regular job in town. Each day brought new challenges. One day, the wind knocked over a section of what she had built, and another day she discovered she had measured the beams wrong. With each mistake, her anxiety would spike, but she pushed through. She would step back, assess the problem, and then figure out a solution as she went along. Sometimes she called on a neighbor for advice, but mostly, Ella learned by doing. She didn't always know the answers, but she figured things out as she went. The fear of failure never fully went away, but over time, Ella began to trust herself more. She learned to roll with the mistakes, seeing them as part of the process instead of reasons to stop. There were days when she felt like she was barely holding it together, but she kept pushing forward, one nail at a time, one board at a time. Months later, as winter approached, the barn was nearly finished. It wasn't perfect by any means. The roof had a slight tilt, and some of the boards weren't as straight as they should have been, but it stood tall and strong, a testament to Ella's persistence. One evening, as Ella stood in the doorway of her newly completed barn, she felt something she hadn't expected: pride. Not just for the barn itself, but for the fact that she had faced her fears and pushed through her anxiety, learning along the way. The barn wasn't just a structure, it was a symbol of her own strength and determination. She hadn't known how to do it when she started, but she had figured it out, one mistake at a time, one step at a time. The moral of this story is, life doesn't come with a perfect plan or clear instructions, and often we have to figure things out as we go. Facing fear and anxiety is a natural part of taking on new challenges, but the key is not to let those feelings stop you. Mistakes are inevitable, but they are also your greatest teachers. Each misstep is an opportunity to learn, grow, and push forward. The process is rarely easy, but if you keep going despite the fear, if you push through the doubt and learn as you move, you'll find that you are stronger and more capable than you ever imagined. Building something meaningful, whether it's a barn or a life, is done one step at a time, even when the path is unclear. In conclusion, Brokenwood Mystic Farms symbolizes the enduring connection between humanity and the land, a tribute to the beauty of nature and the importance of honoring traditions in a changing world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You won't want to miss our short story adventures. If you have any questions, requests, or just want to say hello, feel free to contact us at info@brokenwoodmysticfarms.com. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and have a fantastic day, my friends.